Hello! Welcome back to my channel, and we are once again going to tackle the topic of sovereign citizen. Now, as I said last month, I decided that I was going to do courtroom sovereign citizens this time. Now, I would like to just be basic here because of the fact that I've gone over so many ideologies within the various sovereign citizen factions that overlap a lot. So I'm going to go over some basics. I'm not going to go over the whole thing. So, long story short, sovereign citizens in the court are very similar to sovereign citizens on the road in that they like to make their arguments and make things very inconvenient for all the personnel involved, namely the judge and the sheriff. They like to mainly challenge jurisdiction. They don't like to stand at the podium because they think that passing the bar means that you are giving them jurisdiction. Guess what? They have jurisdiction already. It's like they don't have to prove anything. But then we get to this rather weird thing where they believe that the majority of courtrooms have maritime law. Now, if you remember, maritime law has to do with the ocean and everything out in there. So here's how they actually try to justify it. They say that the courtroom looks like a ship, an old sailing ship, like the judge represents the bridge where the helm is. It gets a little weird. They also believe that any flag with a gold fringe not only is maritime, they also believe that that is a military court, which again is where they like to try to challenge the jurisdiction on it, which of course it normally doesn't matter because they have jurisdiction already. Another thing they like to talk about is the fact that they believe that state governments are corporations, the federal government is a corporation, so they also like to challenge jurisdiction based on that. Again, that's not how it works. They're not private corporations, they're not companies, they are legal entities. They also like to try to do things like challenge based on the Constitution, which again, there are certain provisions that the Constitution leaves to the states, like driving. Driving is never listed in the Constitution at all. So then we get into how they like to quote Black's Law's Dictionary, well, the same thing that the roadside sovereign citizens like to do. They generally like to create a disturbance, and very often they'll get arrested right there in court, possibly tased. Another thing they like to do is they like to ask for a jury trial for civil infractions. The thing is, when you're talking about fines, there normally is not a fine involved, and them getting arrested kind of, adds more to it than is necessary. I believe I've also brought up the whole idea that the bars in bar associations stands for British Accredited Association. According to them, which it doesn't, it's the bar stands for the bar that separates the court from the gallery, which is where you are going to watch a trial or other proceedings going on. Then there's that whole idea of they like to hold common law above the codified law. Long story short, as you can tell, they like to create a huge mess, and yeah, so I mean, it does get a little funny, but yeah, for those involved, it's a headache. Anyways, so yeah, those are the courtroom sovereign citizens. So this next month, October, I am actually going to be taking a break because I like to do spooky stuff in October. I will come back in November and I will close out the year talking about them good old First Amendment auditors, who, depending on how you look at it, might be counted as a sovereign citizen faction or they might not. I'll get into the specifics when I cover them. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below what you would like to see me cover, what type of faction. Be sure to follow my Twitter and my Instagram at Matthew Salzer. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.